Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that subscribe button down below and let's get right to it. Now, last week it was announced that Kylie Jenner they're calling her a self-made woman. And a self-made millionaire at that, even though she grew up with a lot of help. And we're not going to get into that. Whether or not she's self-made or not, it's up to Forbes to with their article on that. And if that's what they believe, then that's what they believe. I'm not going to get into that. But what I do want to get into is something that's happening on the behalf of Kylie Jenner. Now, of course, she's got this lip gloss line and cosmetics and stuff. She made a lot of money doing that. You know, made a name for herself off of her social media connections and coming off the Kardashian TV show and all that stuff. But she's apparently, according to Forbes article, where they discussed her being a self-made person and a self-made millionaire, she was at $900 million, $100 million short of being the world's youngest billionaire. And that's awesome. You know, if somebody made a lot of money, that's great. No problem with that. I think that's awesome. But there are people out there donating money to a GoFundMe campaign to make her the world's youngest billionaire. $100 million. They are raising $100 million for somebody who has $900 million in net worth. To me, that is appalling. Kylie Jenner does not need charity. Kylie Jenner does not need your GoFundMe campaign. She will become a billionaire in time. It won't take much longer for her to do that. But I really don't understand it. What's the concept here? I have put multiple things on GoFundMe, and I've made a grand total of $150 for things I really needed. I really wanted to graduate college. I have no money. I had no money for that. No student loans or anything. I made $110. All from a friend of mine who passed away shortly thereafter. That didn't cover the $6,000 I needed for that semester. I've seen people not get breast cancer money that they needed to pay for their treatments because they didn't have health care. I didn't see that covered. But I see other things like on Kickstarter, somebody making over $100,000 for potato salad. I saw a local kid here going to high school get a $15,000 trumpet covered here in Nacogdoches, Texas. Yet I don't see people who need help getting the help they need. Yet people are out there every day donating money to campaigns to people who don't need it. I mean, come on, they raised money for Elon Musk to get a new couch because he was sleeping at Tesla. By the way, sleeping at Tesla was his decision. Wasn't like he was homeless. But it's what he had to do for his business, and I don't think we needed to buy him a new couch. But let me get into what some of the tweets were. One person said, "Skipping my child support payments to help this fierce female become an iconic billionaire." Really? You would rather your children go without. You'd rather your children go without than some millionaire, than let some millionaire not become a billionaire. Are you stupid? And it doesn't make any sense to me. And that was from somebody named Pell Birdie, at Pell Birdie on Twitter. "Skipping my child support payments to help this fierce female become an iconic billionaire. I believe my daughters would support this if I were allowed to contact them." It shows you what kind of shitty parent this person is. They would rather their child go without. You're not allowed to see your child probably because you're a shitty parent. Not always the case, but I'm going to guess if you're willing to give your money to a billionaire instead of help them, then you probably are not a very great parent to begin with. And I don't understand how people could support this. The campaign description reads, I don't want to live in a world where Kylie Jenner doesn't have $1 billion. We must raise $100 million to help her get to $1 billion. Please spread the word. This is extremely important. Now, some are saying this is just an act of internet satire because if they don't, when they don't make $100 million, they won't, nobody will actually lose their money. But the problem is, if it gets there, if it gets to anywhere, if it gets to $100 million, that is bad. Okay, that is like bad. But right now, as it stands right now, they are only at $1,700. So I'm seeing donations of as high as $500. $500. You know what we could do with this money that you're giving to an almost billionaire, to a millionaire? You could be feeding the poor. Feeding homeless veterans. We could be funding better care of those children that Trump took away from their parents that have not been returned as of yet. But what are we doing? People are out there trying to support a millionaire. A multi-millionaire that's just shy of being a billionaire. Somebody that doesn't need your help. We've really got our priorities backwards in this country. We'd rather help somebody that has plenty than help those that have nothing. But that just seems to be how we go these days. And it's pathetic. It really, really pathetic. It disgusts me to know that this is the America I live in. This is the world I live in. Where people struggling, people working and busting their asses can't make ends meet, can barely afford rent. Yet people that have everything keep having everything given to them. Myself, I'm thankful for everything I have. I'm thankful for every little thing that I have to hold on to. But I don't have everything I need in life. I don't have people giving me money, every single day or whatever to help me out. My wife makes her money at work. I'm unable to work because of my health situation. I've been trying to find work at home. That hasn't really helped. And so I'm doing YouTube. But to think that that if we needed it, there wouldn't be any help for us. But there'd be help for this millionaire. Get your priorities right, America. Please. This doesn't make any damn sense to me. That somebody would give up their child support to their child to help a millionaire. Not a struggling millionaire. Somebody that's got it all together and it's got all the money they could possibly ever need. And I don't hold that against her. Kylie Jenner, congratulations on being such a wealthy person and making so much money off your products. That's something I want to congratulate you for. It's something I think is very, very cool that somebody was able to make themselves, as wealthy as you've made yourself. So congratulations on that. But to those of you trying to donate money to this woman who doesn't need it, who doesn't need your charity, doesn't need your help, get your priorities straight. Think about a local veterans group if you need to. But anyhow, this has been the Big Ranch Show. I've been your host, Jacob Keck, and I'll see you down the road.